On the phone with us, you know her as Stephanie from Full House. Her new book is called Unsweetened, a memoir. She is Jodie Sweetin. Jodie, good morning.
Good morning, you guys.
Well, like we were just talking off air, and you and I are the same age, you know, and I grew up seeing you on TV.
Who didn't watch TGIF? Come on,
well,
everybody
sure,
watched TGIF.
Sure, if it weren't what was going on with those Tanner kids, of course you had to watch the shenanigans of Urkel.
Right, exactly.
But I think it's weird that a lot of people now seem like they kind of associate you more with the story of your struggle after Full House, sometimes in the Full House story.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, I think it's such a shock. I mean, people were used to me as, you know, the cute little Stephanie Towner, the how rude, the middle child. And, you know, I went through some stuff that was a little bit darker than that, for sure.
Now, some of the struggles that you had, mainly with meth, you talk about this in your book. I mean, what do you attribute this to? Was it the lifestyle growing up, being on a television show, having all that fame?
I mean, I think that added, you know, what I always, you know, people are like, oh, it's the child stars, you know. Mm-hmm. I think that for me personally, you know, I would have had some of these addiction issues anyway. I think, you know, I talk about in the book, you know, I was adopted and I had some, you know, some genetic predisposition to that.
It is interesting in you know, that for so long all we heard about was the problems with meth, and in the book you talk about, well, you know, I was also using cocaine and marijuana.
Right. No, I was, you know, I was doing everything. I mean, the only two things that I never did acid and I never did heroin. But you know, everything else, I really, you know, I was doing a lot of drugs.
We go back to the meth because that seems so out of place with someone who, you know, by reading the book you learn, you know, you had money for big time drugs.
I mean, people, you know, and the thing is, you know, I guess Andre Agassi just talked about it in his book too. Mm-hmm. You know, he admitted to using crystal meth. There's a lot of people out there that have money that don't look like, you know, some people that are missing teeth and that, you know, are uneducated and that have done this drug. It's a lot more prevalent than people realize and than people think, you know, and these people that do it don't look like, you know, the PSA of, you know, the people that are cracked out or whatever. I mean, you know, there are a lot of normal people that have done this.
So the question, I guess, then would be why meth? Why did you go down that road then particularly? Was it just, you know, accessibility? Or
you know, like I said, you know, towards the end, you know, my using it was, you know, I was doing everything. I mean, I was doing a lot of drugs. But, you know, in the beginning when I first started doing meth, it was accessibility. There was, you know, there were people that I was hanging out with that was what, you know, the drug that they were doing. It was, you know, easy to get. You know, and it was cheaper than you know, a lot of the coke that was out there. And, you know, so it was just sort of an easily available drug.
We were talking to Jodie Sweetin. Her new memoir is titled Unsweetened. So
yes.
You know, the story that just came out, you mentioned about Andre Agassi, you know, then you had Martina Navratilova saying that, well, if he failed a drug test, it makes him just like Roger Clemens. So I have to ask, on meth, did you ever feel like you were a better tennis player? Is there a chance that this is a performance-enhancing drug?
I used to play. I played lots of tennis when I was doing drugs. You know, it was at 3 or 4 in the morning. But you know, granted, I played a lot of tennis.
He was very good at
tennis. I played tennis while organizing my sock drawer. I was multi-talented.
Well, it helps out with organizational skills. I think we talked a little bit about your family and how they felt about it. Now, your television family. We've actually talked to Dave Coulier before. He's been a guest on our program. We've talked to Lori Loughlin before. And from all the stories that everybody tells about Full House, the cast is extremely tight, even to this day.
Yeah, we really are.
How did they step in at any time when they saw that you were going on this downward spiral?
No, there was that story that, you know, went around that, you know, it was the Full House cast that did an intervention. All that, you know, that wasn't true. They didn't really know that any of this was going on.
Okay.
But they have been incredibly supportive of you know, me trying to get sober. You know, we are still very close. So, you know, they want nothing but the best for me, and you know, they just are really happy to see where I'm at now.
I was just wondering if Dave Coulier brought out, you know, because I did hear that story about the intervention. I was wondering if he brought out the woodchuck for the intervention.
You know, actually, it was Comet that did the intervention. So, you know, you know, right? Yeah, it was very hard for Comet to handle a puppet. So.
When fans run up to you and want to start quoting Full House to you, do you ever think to yourself, "God, I need to get high again"?
No, you know, I just punch them. No.
All right.
Only when they say how rude. And then I charge them $5 because it's copyrighted.
Who would win in a battle royale between Full House and Saved by the Bell? If the two casts got together and there was a rumble, a melee, who would win?
Dude, I could take Screech in my sleep. Are you kidding me? Full House would kick Saved by the Bell's ass.
I think
if
he
I
would
can
like
say that.
I think Screech would like that.
I'm sure. You know what? I hear he would. Wasn't there a sex tape with Screech?
There certainly was.
That's just disturbing.
Gross.
That's just
when are the Full House sex tapes coming out? Come on, those
are going to be released. Those are going to be released next year, and it'll be a special DVD version, and it'll be attached to the uncut version of season 8.
Fantastic! You want to go Blu-ray because you can always see more.
Blu-ray, right? High def, because everyone wants to see it in high def.
Unsweetened is the name of the book. She is Jodie Sweetin.
Unsweetened's out today, you guys. Check it out.
Hey, thanks a lot for joining us, Jodie.
Thanks so much. It was a pleasure.